The Sermon on the Mount. And seeing the multitudes, he went up unto the mountain. When he was set, his disciples came unto him, and he opened his mouth and said, and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you and say all manner of evil against you, falsely for my sake. Rejoice, be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so they persecuted the prophets which were before you. You are the salt of the earth, but if salt is lost its savour, wherewith shall it be salted? It is henceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out, to be trodden under the foot of men. And you are the light of the world. The city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick. It giveth light unto all the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. They did not have come to destroy the law or the prophets, and not come to destroy but to fulfill. Verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, not one jot or tittle shall any wise pass from the law, until all be fulfilled. Whoever shall break one of the least of these commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. Whosoever shall do and teach them the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say unto you, except that your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, you shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven. You heard this been said of old time, thou shalt not kill. Whoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment. But I say unto you that whoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. Whoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council, but whosoever say, Thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. Therefore, if you bring thy gift to the altar, and remember that thy brother hath aught against thee, leave thy gift before the altar, and go thy way first. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift. And agree with thine adversary quickly, while thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and judge to the officer, and be cast into prison. Verily I say unto you, I shall by no means come out thence, till thou hast paid the uttermost farthing. You've heard that it's been said of those of old time, Thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, whoever looketh upon a woman to lust after her, hath already committed adultery with her in his heart. So if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out, and cast it from thee. For it's profitable thee that one of thy members should perish, and thy whole body be cast into hell. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off, and cast it from thee. But it's profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that whole body should be cast into hell. And it's been said, whoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. I tell you that any man divorces his wife, causes her to commit adultery. And I say, whoever shall put away his wife, except for the cause of fornication, commits adultery. And whoever shall marry her that is divorced, committeth adultery. Again, you hear that it's been said of them of old time, Thou shalt forswear thyself, but shalt perform unto the Lord thine oaths. But I say unto you, swear not at all. Swear not by heaven, for it is God's throne, nor by the earth, for it is his footstool. And swear not by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. Neither shall they swear upon thy own head, because thou cannot make one hair white or black. Let your communication be yea, yea, or nay, nay. Anything more of this bringeth forth evil. You have heard that it's been said, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. If I say, resist not evil. Whosoever else shall smite thee on the right cheek, turn to him the other also. If anyone will sue thee at law and take away thy cloak, take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak as well. Whoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him twain. And to give to him that asketh thee, and from him that would borrow from thee, turn not away. You've heard this was said of old, Thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thy enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to those that hate you, pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you, that ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. For he maketh the sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth forth rain on the just and on the unjust. For if you love them which love you, what reward have you? Do not even the publicans the same? So if you salute your brothers only, what do you more than others? Even the publicans so. Be there perfect, as your Father in heaven is perfect. I take heed that you do not your alms before men to be seen of them, otherwise you have no reward of your Father which is in heaven. Therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound the trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thy alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly. And when thou prayest, you should not be as the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say, they have their reward. But thou, when thou prayest, enter in thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. But when you pray, use not vain repetitions as the heathen do, for they think they shall be heard for their much speaking. Be not therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before you ask him. After this manner pray ye, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Let thy kingdom come, and thy will be done, let it be on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, forgive us our debts, as we forgive sins, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and glory forever. Amen. For if you forgive men their trespasses, your Father in heaven will also forgive you. But if you forget men not their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. Moreover, when you fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast. But I say to you, they have their reward. When thou fast, anoint thine head, and wash thy face. Thou wilt not appear unto men to fast, but unto thy Father which is in secret. And thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. So lay not up for yourself treasures upon earth, where moth and rust corrupt, and where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourself treasures in heaven, where neither the moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, the whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, the whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is the darkness? So no one can serve two masters, for either you hate the one and love the other, or else you will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. Therefore, I tell you, take no thought for your life, what you shall eat, what you shall drink, nor yet for your body, what you shall put on. Is not life more than meat, and the body more than raiment? Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, neither gather into barns, that your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more better than they? Which of you, by taking thought, can add 1 cubit to his stature? And why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow, they toil not, neither do they spin. And yet I say unto you, that even Solomon, in all his glory, was not arrayed like one of these. Wherefore, if God so clothes the grass of the field, which is today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? Therefore, take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or what shall we be clothed? After all these things the Gentiles seek, for your heavenly Father knoweth ye need of these things, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. Therefore take no thought for tomorrow, for tomorrow shall take thought of itself. Therefore, sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. Judge not, and you'll not be judged. For with the judgment ye judge, you shall be judged. And when the measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you. And why beholdest the mote that is in thy brother's eye, when thou considerest not the beam that is in thy own eye? How will I say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote of thine eye, and behold, the beam is in thy own eye? Thou hypocrite! Therefore cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and thou shalt see clearly to cast out the mote that is in thy brother's eye. Give not that which is holy unto dogs, neither cast ye pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet, and turn and rend you. Again, ask, and it shall be given. Seek, ye shall find. Knock, and the door shall be opened to you. For everyone that asketh receiveth it, and he that seeketh findeth. To him that knocketh it shall be opened. Or what man is there of you, whom his son will ask bread, will he give him a stone? Or if you ask a fish, will he give him a serpent? If then, being evil, you know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him? Therefore, all these things whatsoever you would do that men should do to you, do ye even so to them, for this is the law and the prophets. Even ye enter ye at the strait gates, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be that go thereat. Because strait is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth to life, and for there be few that find it. And beware of false prophets, which come unto you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravening wolves. You shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes from thorns, or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bear forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree is known by its fruit. Any tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Whereby by their fruits you shall know them. And not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but they that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and cast out devils in thy name, and done mighty, wonderful works? And I will profess them, and never knew you. Depart from me, that work iniquity. Therefore, whoever heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them, is like unto a wise man who built his house upon a rock. The rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon the rock. Everyone that heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not, shall be like unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. The rains descended, and the floods came, the winds blew and beat upon the house, and fell, and great was the fall of it. Alright, I'm going to do his last parable. Yeah, the parable of the bridegroom and the 10 virgins. Right. After the apocalypse, then shall the kingdom of heaven be like unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were wise, 5 of them were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and the oil with them. The wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry. A cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all the virgins arose, trimmed their lamps, and the foolish said to the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, No, not so, lest it be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell, and buy it for yourselves. And when they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. And he answered and said, Verily I say, I know you not. Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour when the Son of Man cometh. The kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his servants and delivered unto them his goods. And when he gave 5 talents, the other 2 talents, and the other 1, to every one according to the several ability, and straightway took his journey. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. Likewise he that received 2, he also gained other 2. But he that received 1 went and digged in the earth, and hid his Lord's money. And after a long time the Lord of those servants cometh, and reckoned with them. And he that received the 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, deliver us unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have beside them 5 talents more. The Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things, I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of thy Lord. He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things, I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of thy Lord. Then he which he had received 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew that thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. I was afraid, and I went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, that is thine. Here is thine. The Lord answered and said to him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knowest that I reap where I sow not, and gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to put my money to the exchangers, then at my coming I should have received my own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto he that which hath 10 talents. But to every one that hath shall be given, and he that hath abundance, he shall have an abundance, but him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he has. So cast ye this unprofitable servant to the outer darkness, where there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. For when the Son of Man shall come in his glory and all the holy angels, then he shall sit upon the throne in his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth sheep from goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right, and the goats on his left. And shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and he gave me meat. I was thirsty, and he gave me drink. I was a stranger, you took me in. I was naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you visited me. I was in prison, you came to me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw thee and hunger, or fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink? When we see you a stranger, and took me in, or naked, and clothed thee? When we saw thee sick, or in prison, and came unto thee? And you shall answer, say unto you, verily, I say unto you, inasmuch as you have done it unto one of the least of my brethren, you've done it to me. Then shall he say unto them on the left hand, Depart from me, cursed, to everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was an hungered, you gave me no meat. I was thirsty, you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, you took not me in. Naked, and you clothed me not. I was a stranger, you took me not in. Naked, and you clothed me not. Sick, and in prison, you visited me not. And they shall answer, Lord, when do we see you? When we see hungry or thirst, a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and do not minister unto you. And he shall say unto you, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as you have done it to one of the least of these, you did it to me. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into eternal life. Yeah, here's the hair of the man.